finally the
comp
match
here from the side
started.
of RAD with
And
Jeff.
it just starts.
For Fate, this is the crowd I hear behind me already
Venom.
stirring, getting excited,
Trust
and
me
this
on
is
Venom,
what
by the
you
way.
wanted to see.
Risk on.
And I had a feeling it might be coming. Trust
Jeff.
me here. Going to start the play out very aggro
What?
here on Venom. You can
What is
actually,
Trust Me cooking
in the new
here?
patch, bind easy swing as a
Starlock,
separate cooldown,
Emma,
which for those who maybe don't know, it
Invis,
enables you to instantly
Lucky.
slam. So very, very
Good
strong
combo.
addition. It's like a buff
Ah,
without a
shit,
buff.
two
So
good
keep that in mind
combos.
as you play Venom as we progress forward here as Naga. Gonna keep adding pressure. Bond goes out early. This is going to allow them to just kind of play very aggro, not stress too much as Cap escapes by the skin of his teeth. And Yexin finds Naga early, but their res will come through.
Yeah, on the opposite side, you res it through, like you said, it's so much pressure. You know, a lot of people, trust me, thinks that this is the best composition in the game for a reason, Shiv. They res back, the pressure's back here for Nova. Nova's running this sort of counter dive composition. They have the Jeff.
Yeah,
who
trust
goes
me,
scorching
cooks,
across
bro.
the map. And
Trust
this is
me,
the thing
cooks.
as well, Shiv, with this composition, with the Jeff comps, they can play this to a T in terms of just getting on the back line, setting up everybody because you have those speed boosts from the bubble. So you sort of 3-2-1 dive,
Very
and
smart.
your dive is so lethal, so quick because
There
of
is
the speed
no way
Yeah,
we are
imagine
actually getting a
Star-Lord
Jeff
with
in pro
speed
play.
over you. You know what I mean? That's
That
almost
is
similar to a
crazy.
Mad Bubble, where it's a little more slow, but at least has protection. This now just allows you to ensure that you're tracking and following everyone, getting that all charge incredibly quickly. A lot of just very unique synergies here and damage was obviously nearly across the board, but definitely on that Venom when that all comes out, I'm sure of it, as that will help. We're going to have to see what they're going to do there as Rajaro going to be playing the Emma. This is, Emma's going to have to play a little bit differently, obviously. They do have triple strategists, but they don't have a ton of burst healing.
Nice
Like we
kill.
talk about, one of the strongest duelists is going to find Trust Me early, and that's huge for the side of Nova, but the Reds goes out by Melio immediately. Trust Me's back in one, and the Jeff doesn't find value. We'll look shortly as the off map is right there. No, Jeff does
Of
not
course he
find
doesn't
much.
find
As we
value,
get the
bro.
dance
It's
floor
a
coming in
shit
here from the side of Ghost.
fucking
Spawn
agent.
is going to have that psionic.
Why
Trust
are
Me
we playing a
finds
Jeff?
Ugo, puts them back up in numbers. Make that two as Rajaro gets a pick on Bobo, holding on to alt as well. Very low in HP. 15? Are you kidding me? Still
How's
holding
he
on.
alive?
Wow.
They only have one
Target
support
focus there
ultimate.
faltered a little bit, and RAD,
Only
they're
Mantis,
backing up
by the
right
way.
now, Shiv, at the backside
Only
of the
one
point.
support
And right now,
ultimate.
the side of Nova Esports, they are finally coming back into this point.
Yeah,
but,
they lose
man, RAD, maybe not
ultimate
even,
fights.
maybe overcommitting towards that single fight. I mean, they're still on this point.
Nova
They're
went
still delaying
Star-Lord.
so long
was
because
about
of the
to say
res
that.
coming through.
And that's that stall
Going
tactic you had mentioned.
Star-Lord
Trust Me,
here
that
would be
you
insane.
try to hold the point for as long
He would get
as you
insane
possibly
value.
can. Now they're at 74%, and it's almost a one-fight territory.
And I think instead of Silo, we go Hella.
But that is already putting you at a disadvantage. Loss in all charge, and
Or
of course, in a brand new
who else has a
supply
good
chain,
ultimate?
which maybe doesn't synergize with Team Comp. Naga.
Punisher. Punisher here would go insane.
As always, Trust Me. As you see here, using that wall.
Mag is banned for both. Oh, why are they not playing Punisher actually? What?
As we do see a combination, out goes the Galactic, doesn't find one with a psionic. Both very low. Oh my goodness, great positioning. Melio finds Bobo though, but that was a great retake in the fight and way to drop back to get healed up.
Absolutely, it's tough for Bobo, especially on this round. This is a hard map to play Psylocke because of the distance, because of the range, and they're going for more. They're hungry. Nova didn't reset fast enough. And the Jeff, it's disgusting, Chip.
That is crazy.
Go
Rajaro
Punisher.
with another
Spawn
pick.
camp.
That is, oh, they are. Why not? Don't let him teleport and knock him back into the spot.
Surely
Trust
we
Me,
don't
finds
lose to a
Ghost, and
fucking
that
Jeff
might do
and
it.
Adam.
As I don't know if they're going to be able to try to find this off angle with Uwu to get the teleport off. Will they be able to shut it down? Trust Me, not looking that direction yet. It looks like the teleport might go through. They're going to retake and drop back. Great usage there of the. Oh my goodness.
It was
He
too
couldn't
far.
touch.
5% from the spawn. That cat
Nova might
tried
be
to
the
run
worst
and,
team if they lose to
unfortunately
this.
Got stuffed. And that's why, you know what, like, those spawn camps, like you said, Shib, that was so clean,
Necessary.
so smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's necessary to prevent the portal, like you mentioned, from the Doctor Strange. Now we're heading over to Warrior Falls next, man. You like the Jeff stuff, huh?
I love this. I mean, do you the raw speed that they're using with Jeff?
Yeah.
You know, if you were to ask a ton of the ladder, let's say an example, what's Jeff's best utilization? Obviously, the speed is great out the spawn door, and that's a common thing to say. But a lot of the time, people would say that ultimate. You know, you try to use it to get people off point. You do it for this and that. At this level of play, it's not going to get nearly as much value. It will find some success in various situations. Instead, using that speed boost and the jet stream, especially in hallway play, appealing everyone and dealing damage.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so clean from all of RAD Esports to win there. And, yeah, it's nice to see them kind of pop off and speed boost, like you said, on the back line. Meanwhile, for Nova, this is interesting. They're going to swap to, like, full sort of – they're trying to do full counter dive. They got off the Bucky. The Bucky wasn't working. But the tough part is you kind of want and need to play Bucky because he's like one of the stronger anti-dive heroes. I don't know if Star-Lord, especially without the Adam Warlock team-up,
It's not about dive right now. It's about just play ultimates.
Oh
my god, how?
Ghost goes out. Trust Me with a 2-piece.
With how?
And Ghost trust me, in these early fights, consistently still holding on to this
trust me,
ultimate, finding value
this guy.
is wild. And Venom just follow. Oh, nice. Okay, we did have a Jet beat there. It is going to isolate and stall. And what a big brain play. Finding that stagger just through Jet Vault is insanely smart. Using that for that reason is something I honestly never thought of. You find the last person, you Jet Vault them alone, and you wait as long as possible and throw them in a zone that forces them to try to make sure they get KO'd.
Well, I wonder why Vaughn's even playing Dr. Strange here, man. This just feels so odd and sort of disjointed, right? Dr. Strange with this competition to play the counter dive, sure. But maybe this is what we were talking about earlier, where Vaughn is a bit of a Magneto one-trick potentially, right? So that sort of turns things on its head, the fact that, you know, Vaughn's maybe not able to play a hero that he's comfortable on, and maybe that ban could potentially set Nova so far back to win the series, because at the moment they look a little bit lost. I want to see them kind of come back through. They have the Invisible Woman to help with the peel, but right now RAD is so oppressive on the back line, even early Starlord ult with the peel.
Galactic Legend goes out, does find one on a bait. Clem goes down. Bot finds level 1 Crook. with a second Bobo on a Rajaro, and there is what you need to see. That's exactly what you need to see. If you are a fan of Nova, that was a great play. Still roughly holding on to ults. They will be down 1 in the next fight. Oh, almost 2.
Well, Trust Me's going to stall, and they're coming back into it, right, with that Mantis ult.
Are you kidding me?
Through because of the res, man.
I honestly missed that. What a play there. Naga with 2 more on a EX. Again, still holding on. We talked about the stall tactic. Do whatever it takes to stall, and they are relentless. It is so hard to force them back to the spawn door.
Poor Bobo, man. He's being hunted. How is he supposed to run? He can't run away on Psylocke. You have 2 dashes in Viz that Jeff just sends somebody after you. He says, sick him, and that Psylocke goes down.
I love these utilizations of ultimates. Very different strategies. Using them aggressively and defensively to stall and stagger is unique, right? It's not about getting big 4-man off maps. Instead, it's about just utilizing the fights that you just won and extending the time that you're on point. Yexin going to try to take space here. Does have the ult ready if they can find the play through. Freedom Charge will be utilized, I believe, as they walk forward, forcing them off. Nova going to try to hide from the Psylocke seduction around the point. Out goes a few. The shield going to stall a little bit. Rajaro not finding much. As the Jeff Bobo gets 3 now with the Cutterfly, excuse me. And that is a bunch of value, but at this point, 99% here for RAD is dicey.
Yeah, what a huge ultimate from Bobo. That was so clean. I mean, RAD utilizing all their cooldowns earlier. We saw how they used the Soul Bond, or Soul Bond earlier from Melio, and then also level 1 Cook popping his own ultimate to kind of win that previous fight. Now resulted in that upcoming fight going down to Bobo with a fantastic use of the Dance of the Butterflies. But now we'll see on this comeback, right? How can they hold with the Fate of the Worlds, right? They also have that Starlord ultimate ready to go as well. So I want to see how Nova does here on these holds, like you said. But they have to win so many fights in a row.
And we begin again, trust me, playing hyper aggro, still holding on to those cooldowns. Notice the patience, not needing to use that E until the very last second. Still has that Q up, ready to devour, going towards the backline. A ton of bodies! Ooh. What a freeze there, and follow up by Bobo to clean it up as Uwu now. Trying to follow up and get 1. Down goes Naga. Do I see 2 on the Crook? Crook goes down. Make that 3. Uwu with a triple KO. And taking back the point and holding on at 45%.
Well, there we go. Not to be a negative Nancy, though. A lot of ultimates saved for RAD Esports. They didn't even want to use anything in that previous fight, understanding they were going to maybe lose. Trying to just win with the Soul Bond. They've got the Resurrect ready to go. Nova also did commit a single ultimate in that fight, so that was actually nice and clean by the side of Nova to not even overuse. So, ooh, fantastic work to be the only one to commit ults in this upcoming fight.
Yeah, that freeze from Ghost was fight winning, right? It was everything. Trust me, did have ult too, and was definitely looking to make that play, but it's very tough to get an angle in the tight quarters like that. Out we go immediately from Bobo. Does it get value? Out goes the Mantis to counter right back. The Eye of Agamotto! Oh! Gets slammed out of the sky! No eye, back to 50% he goes! And they will press forward, trust me! Oh! As Clem! Naga gonna clean up Boo! And this could be it until the teleport comes through! Will they be able to hold on? Will they be able to retouch as Vaughn makes the transfer over? Holding onto that portal, and out goes another legend! Level 1 fights Bobo! Naga gonna try to clean up the rest! Will they clean it up? The teleport, down goes Ghost, and they'll be down a strat in this next fight! And that could be everything, as RAD might take home that
Cap ult and Luna ult, and they used it all. They used both very late.
One of the first ones picked off, and because of it, RAD win map number 1 up on the T'Challa ship. Holy smokes!
GG.
What plays there by the side of RAD Esports?
Yeah, I mean, that's the tough side of playing Strange, right?
No sense losing
There's
that,
so much value in being able to